And this is Mrs. Millie.
Hello.
Welcome to Kids Cooking School. We are so glad you are here. Mrs. Millie, I have a joke for you. What do you get when you cross a potato with an elephant?
I don't know. What?
Mashed potatoes!
Speaking of mashed potatoes, we're going to be making mashed potatoes today. This month is November, and here in the United States, on the third Thursday of November is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving! Yeah! Love Thanksgiving!
Thanksgiving is a day where we like to get together with friends and family and think about what we're thankful for and eat lots of yummy food.
I really love Thanksgiving. Thinking of things I am grateful for makes me happy. I am especially thankful for you, Mrs. Millie.
All this month, we're going to be showing you different recipes that are our favorite things to eat on Thanksgiving.
Do we cook for mashed potatoes?
We do cook for mashed potatoes, and we're going to be using sharp knife too. So if you need help with those things, make sure you have a grown-up around.
Always ask permission before you make anything. Being safe is the most important thing.
That's right. And you can look in the description box below for a list of all the things that you're going to need to make this with us today.
Now let's begin!
Today I have my friend Lydia here to help us out.
Hi, Lydia!
Hi!
What do we need to make mashed potatoes?
We need potatoes, milk, butter, salt, and we also need a potato masher, and we're also going to be using a cutting board, a sharp knife, and a peeler. So if you're not comfortable using sharp things yet, make sure you have a grown-up to help you out.
And water, a colander, and a large pot.
That's right.
One time, I went to the store and I saw so many different kinds of potatoes, more than I could count. What kinds of potatoes do we use?
That is a great question. The best type of potatoes to use for mashed potatoes are either Yukon gold potatoes that kind of look yellow, sometimes they're called yellow potatoes, or russet potatoes or baking potatoes.
What do we do first?
First, we need to peel the potatoes. Peelers are very sharp, so make sure you have a grown-up around to help. When we peel, we want to peel away from ourselves. You want to keep your fingers out of the way. We can peel one half and then flip it over and peel the other side. Or if you think you can keep your fingers out of the way, you can hold it like this and peel it all the way. But if you're just starting out, I recommend peeling half at a time. If it's too big or too slippery, you can also put it on the table like this and keep peeling away from you and keep your fingers out of the way.
We don't want to peel away our fingers.
No, we don't. That's why we need to be very careful. After we're done peeling them, we need to rinse them off.
Potatoes can be really dirty.
Yes, they can. Did you know they grow in the ground?
Wow, they do? I did not know that.
Yes, they do. That's why they can be so dirty.
What do we do next?
Next, we're going to cut up our potatoes. We want to try to make them as close to the same size as possible so they cook evenly. As we cut them up, we are going to put them into our big pot.
Those are all cut up. What do we do now?
Now we want to cover our potatoes with cold water so that they cook evenly. We are also going to season them with about a quarter size of salt. There.
Now do we boil it?
Yep, now we put them on on the stove on the right size of burner for the pot and put the water on high to get a nice rolling boil.
I remember what a rolling boil is. That's when lots and lots of bubbles come up.
You are right. After it starts to have a rolling boil, we are going to turn the stove down to about medium low and put a lid on. We will let it simmer for about 8 minutes or so. How long it takes will depend on how many potatoes you are cooking and how big the pieces of your potatoes are. But you want to make sure that the potatoes are tender.
What does tender mean?
Tender means soft.
What can we do while they are cooking? I have an idea! Can we do a dance? I love dancing!
We can always do a dance. Well, that was fun! Now while we're waiting for them to cook, we can also get all of our other ingredients together. So we are going to get our milk and our butter warmed up so that they'll be ready to put into the mashed potatoes. The great thing about mashed potatoes is there are so many different ways that you can make mashed potatoes. We are going to make a really basic recipe today with just butter and milk and salt, but you can experiment with adding garlic and onion and all sorts of herbs and spices to make the potatoes your own and make them how you like it. Experiment more and see what you can make.
That sounds really good! It's making me hungry!
First, we are going to warm up our butter. So Lydia, do you want to unwrap our butter? We're going to do a whole stick of butter and we're going to warm it up in the microwave. Now when you're warming it up in the microwave, you want to do it for a little bit at a time because butter can explode or spit out. And we want to be careful that it doesn't get everywhere. So with potatoes, we want it so that you can poke a fork or a toothpick into it easily, but you don't want it to be so soft that it just falls apart. To do is add our butter to the mashed potatoes. So Lydia, why don't you go ahead and add the butter and kind of pour it all over. Yes, we do. Lydia, do you want to help Plum pour the milk in?
Sure. Yay, get the poison in! Pour the milk!
And then we're going to mash it up again. So go ahead.
Mash, mash, mash!
A little dry or it's not quite as creamy as you like it, you can add a little more milk, and some other things that you can add are sour cream or cream cheese to give it a little bit of a tang. That way it's really yummy too. I think ours is about good, and we added a little bit of salt, and now is my favorite part. We get to taste it to see if it's how we like it.
I like to taste it.
Take a little bit. think it could use a little more salt. So we're gonna add.
It could use a little more salt.
We're gonna add a bit more salt.
Salt! So salty.
Lydia, do you want to stir that up again? I got some new spoons, and we're gonna try it one more time.
I love it.
That's better. So this is a good, really basic mashed potato. Like I said, you can add all sorts of flavors to it and make it as exciting as you want. And you can also add gravy to it on the day of Thanksgiving. That's my favorite part.
Mashed potatoes are so yummy. This will be great to eat on Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's all about being grateful.
Me too. I love Thanksgiving and thinking about what we're thankful for.
Thank you so much for joining us.
And remember, the more you practice, the better you will get.
And it's okay to make mistakes. Just try to do better next time.
If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see our future videos, push the subscribe button.
It's the big red rectangle.
And if you want to connect with us, or if you've made any of our creations, tag us on Instagram @KidsCookingSchool.
We would love to see what you are making. Now go make something tasty. Happy Thanksgiving!